Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name's LaRue and today I'm going to be teaching you how I did this She-Hulk inspired beauty look. So grab your coffee and let's get going. So I'm starting off with the Makeup Forever Redness Corrector to use as a primer. Then I'm going to take my Benefit Porefessional and apply that over top, just in the T-zone areas. This is my absolute favorite. Next, I'm going in with my Clinique Even Better foundation in the shades Custard and Breeze. I like to mix the two to find my perfect match, but I love the way this sets because it's not matte, it's not dewy, it just is supposed to bring out natural qualities in your skin. Next, I'm going back in with that lighter shade, the Custard, and I'm going to put that under my eyes and use it in place of concealer. Next, I'm taking that same damp beauty blender and I'm using the flat end to set under my eyes and other high points of my face. I find using the beauty blender helps because it doesn't make everything super powdery and dry. It helps like keep everything a little damp, you know? Next, I'm going in with my Shade and Light Contour Palette by Kat Von D in this really slender Real Techniques brush. It's my favorite for contour. The darker shade in this palette is Shadow Play, which I'm using to contour my face. Next, I'm taking the highlight or lighter shade in my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. It's called Lyric. I'm putting that on my damp beauty blender and putting it on places where people would normally bake. And I don't know if this was made to be put on with a beauty blender, but it goes on like butter, so that's what I do. Next, I'm going in with the Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer to deepen up where I already contoured with the KVD palette. For blush, I used a shade from Mary Kay. Couldn't tell you the color, it's so old, but it's this pretty coral and I love how pigmented it is. For brows, I'm using the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio. I have the light palette and I'm just using the powdered colors in there to fill in my brows. To start on my eyes, I'm taking this really light shade in the top left corner of my James Charles Morphe palette, setting that down as a base with a fluffy brush. Afterwards, I'm going to go in with this warm brown shade, put that in my crease and buff it out. The goal of this brown is to make a good transition between the colors we're going to lay down next and skin tone. The key to a good eye look is blend, blend, blend. Next, I'm dipping into my Jeffree Star Morphe palette into the shade Wake and Bake, and I'm going to put that on that same fluffy brush I used for the brown and buff that into the crease. I want to blend it out, maybe not quite as far as the brown, but I want to keep blending and make it look smoky. With a slightly smaller fluffy brush, I'm taking the shade Nate from the same palette and I'm working that into my crease, but not buffing it up nearly as far as our last two colors. Next, I'm going to go in with an even darker green from the James Charles palette and just put that into the crease, not really blending up, just deepening what's already there. Going back in with that first fluffy brush I used to just blend everything out, no additional product on it, and then I'm going to use another brush to smoke out underneath of my eyes. I'm taking this really pretty purple and applying that to the outer 1/3 of my eye. This is also from the James Charles palette. Next, I'm taking a purple shimmer from the James Charles palette and just putting that on the first half of my eye with my finger. I usually like to put on shimmers with a flat brush and I put setting spray on it. However, this particular shade did not like that. It showed up much better once I started using my finger. It'd be like that sometimes. Next, I'm taking the Kylie lip liner in the shade Bear to start filling in my lips. To top that off, I'm using the Too Faced Melted Latex Liquefied Lipstick. It's in the shade Unicorn Tears. This stuff makes me think of space. It is seriously so beautiful. For highlighter, I used my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Platinum Ice Skin Frost Pro palette. Next, I'm taking a black shadow on an angled brush and I'm applying that the same way I would put on eyeliner. I'm curling my lashes to prep for mascara. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is my favorite. I cannot get enough of this. It's like a mousse, but it also is lengthening, and the closest thing to it I think is Urban Decay Perversion, but this is my all-time favorite. Volume, length, thickness. I'm about it, girl. I'm topping that off with Monsieur Big Lancome Waterproof Mascara because I'm extra and I used to. I stumbled across this at Sephora and actually really like it. I'm a little bit of a mascara snob, but this works pretty well. I get watery eyes, so I like have to top with waterproof mascara. Then you're gonna see me highlighting the brow bone. Here is the final look. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you did, come back because there'll be more. So until then, I will see you next time. Goodbye.